Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultimate 0-Point Workholding Guide video series. If you're new to the series, I encourage you to watch our intro video as it contains an overview of the process and an outline of the criteria I'll be using to score the products. Today, we're going to be covering the Fifth Axis Workholding System. Fifth Axis is an American manufacturer based out of San Diego, California, and is one of the most popular and fastest growing names in grid-style 0-point workholding. The Fifth Axis website offers a very clear pathway through their product offering, with beautiful drop-down menus along the top of every page, which offer product categories along with graphic representations of each category. Their flagship product line is Rocklock, which comes in 52mm and 96mm flavors, and their entire product offering is built on the Rocklock system, allowing a very simple and intuitive workflow when designing workholding systems with Fifth Axis. The bedrock of the Rocklock system are the bases, which are available with manual and pneumatic actuation. Once you've selected a category and navigated to a specific product, you have access to a variety of drop-downs, including features, specs, downloads, and suggested products. Depending on the product, the downloads will vary, but all products have 2D drawings and 3D models available, and many products have additional instructional documentation available. These downloads are all publicly available with no login required. In addition to the product pages, Fifth Axis also has a 3D tool, which essentially is a machine configurator that allows you to select your machine. It then gives you compatibility options for that machine, along with a 3D representation of the product installed on the machine. This is a useful tool, though it's likely not as creative as you are, and seems to offer only a single product for each machine, rather than allowing you to choose between multiple compatible products. However, if what you're looking for is the most basic, most compatible product for your equipment, this tool would work fine. As a side note, the 3D tool does not seem to pull from any of the pneumatically operated bases, which means if you're looking to automate, you're going to have to figure it out yourself. Not a deal breaker, but definitely a limitation. Overall, the flow through the Fifth Axis website is very clear and allows you to construct a complete workholding system without having to have a dozen tabs open. I give Fifth Axis a 5 out of 5 for clarity of product offering and a 5 out of 5 for information online. For CAD and drawings available, Fifth Axis scores a 5 out of 5 since all drawings and models are publicly available without a login. Another big win for Fifth Axis is that they show pricing and stock availability for all products, and most products seem to be well stocked with back order available for out of stock or low stock products. 5 out of 5 for both categories. Unfortunately, Machining Cloud does not currently support the Fifth Axis product family, and this seems to be a common trend for brands looking to push their own 3D configurators. 1 out of 5. For level of support, I've heard nothing but good things about the Fifth Axis team. I've also reached out to them personally in the past and received quick and helpful feedback. 5 out of 5. Overall, Fifth Axis product offering clocks in at 4.4 out of 5 for accessibility. The first scoring category for versatility is configurability, and this is where Fifth Axis really shines. All of their products are interchangeable and configurable within the 96mm and 52mm families. The only shortcoming for configurability is the fact that Fifth Axis does not offer any combination bases that can receive either 52mm or 96mm. This is something that other brands do offer, and it does reduce the flexibility of the product offering. Now, they offer adapters which allow you to step down from 96mm to 52mm. So if you start with 96mm, you really can't go wrong. However, this does add a bit of expense and requires you to give away some of your available Z height, which may be problematic for some customers. I definitely struggled with how to score Fifth Axis for configurability, but in the end, I gave it a 5 out of 5 because I don't think the adapter limitations will be an issue for most customers. As I've mentioned in the past, the 52mm and 96mm patterns are ubiquitous throughout the industry, making Fifth Axis products interchangeable with other grid systems. 5 out of 5 for compatibility. For breadth of product offering, Fifth Axis absolutely receives a 5 out of 5, since they offer everything you need from vices to dovetail fixtures to rocklock tombstones and pyramids. They even sell a variety of machine-it-yourself top tooling, allowing for any fixturing configuration you can imagine, built on top of the Rocklock system. 5 out of 5 for breadth of product offering. The final versatility score for Fifth Axis is 5 out of 5. When it comes to automation, I found it necessary to split the fifth axis product offering between manual and pneumatic, since up until now I've been evaluating the product offering as a whole. The pneumatically actuated receivers score 5 out of 5 for level of automation and 5 out of 5 for manual now, automate later. However, the manually actuated systems receive a 1 out of 5 in both categories. This is because there appears to be no way to plumb air through manual rock-lock bases to feed pneumatic ones. This means that if you start out with manual receivers on your machine table and want to automate down the road, you will have to fully replace your base receivers. This requires a certain amount of foresight when configuring a machine that you plan to automate in the future. Overall, the pneumatic receivers score 5 out of 5 in automation, while the manual receivers score 1 out of 5. There's no doubt that fifth axis has a lot more hype and momentum in the industry than most grid pattern tooling. I attribute this primarily to two things: the pro-America marketing strategy that Fifth Axis has focused on, both with their website and their marketing materials, as well as the strong podcast presence of the Fifth Axis executives on shows like Making Chips and The Business of Machining. Despite the hype, grid pattern is still grid pattern, and there's only so much cool factor to be had. In the end, I gave the manual receivers a 3 out of 5, and the pneumatic receivers a 5 out of 5 for cool. Both products obviously receive 5 out of 5 for Made in the USA, and both products receive 1 out of 5 for Does Titan Use It? The final X factor is 3 out of 5 for the manually actuated receivers and 3.7 out of 5 for the pneumatic receivers. The final score for the fifth axis Workholding family is 3.35 out of 5 for the manually actuated systems and 4.53 out of 5 for the pneumatically actuated systems. Fifth Axis offers a strong, very desirable product offering with opportunities to automate now or later. Since we're comparing the manual and pneumatic receivers separately, I selected one of each for my product comparison. I chose a basic steel 96mm receiver for both, since this is the more common size in the industry. The 96mm manually actuated base sells for $1,049 list, is currently in stock, can be drilled out to match your machine configuration, and has 8,000 pounds of clamping force. The 96mm pneumatic base sells for $4,499 list, is currently in stock, uses internal springs for clamping, which offers fail-safe with loss of air pressure, and has 8,000 pounds of clamping force. This concludes my review of the Fifth Axis Workholding family. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see the rest of our ultimate 0-point workholding guide videos. At the conclusion of the series, I will round up all the products and break them down at a high level in an effort to help you decide which system, or at least which type of system, best fits the needs of your shop. Thanks for watching.